Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Texas Motor Speedway here tonight for the running of the My Bariatric Solutions 300 for the NASCAR Heat 5 career mode for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Race 7 of 33 on the year coming in. 4 different winners in the first 6 races of the year. Chastain and Schneider both have 2 wins, with Alfredo and Hemrick each with 1. Hemrick coming in off a win in last night's race as well on a 1.5 mile at Homestead Miami Speedway, where Schneider won the 2 races before that, and the 2 races before that were won back-to-back as well by Ross Chastain. We'll see who will go to victory lane here tonight at Texas. Again, the 3rd straight 1.5 mile racetrack on the season. Dark Crypto, Kyle Larson fan, and Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream, everybody, as we get right on into this one here tonight. 300 miles, 200 laps at Texas Motor Speedway. Starting from the back, no practice or qualified. Remember, last night we got crashed out by Josh Balicki. Might be getting some hayback on him at some point. Not going to maybe search out for it, but obviously if we get up close to one another, we're racing each other hard. Don't expect me to give him any extra room, because he just flat out dumped us and ended our day with about 80 laps to go in that race last night. While we were running very well, we had a good strategy going for us too. Tough break. Brandon Brown is on the pole here tonight. Green flag is in the air, so he'll lead the field to the green. Alex LeBay, by the way, is also starting at the rear. 45 laps in stage 1, 45 in stage 2, and 110 in the final stage of the race.
Careful. Still
Live on KRC once again.
Still there.
Should be a pretty good one here in Texas. Oni, welcome to the stream as well. We've seen a lot of good races in Texas. 86 on the engine power, 84 on the aero, with an 84 on the suspension. So we're down in our departments a little bit coming into this race here today. Hope for the best. Not going to see as much tire wear as what we saw 2 races ago in Atlanta, or Homestead for that matter as well. This track was just repaid back in 2017, repaid and reconfigured in 2017.
You're all clear up
So they just sneaking by to the inside, picking up another couple spots in turns 3 and 4. Already 8 people watching.
Hold your line, go.
We're very, very early going here at Texas tonight. Schneider finished 2nd in both Texas races last season, got robbed of a win due to the game glitch we had in the playoff race last season that could have sent him to the championship 4. Rallied back to finish 2nd despite falling a lap down. The game glitch was simply we went onto pit road under green flag conditions, and it, for whatever reason, didn't register us to actually pit. So we had to go an extra lap, and we were already sputtering on fuel as it was on that extra lap that we were going to run. Ended up going a lap down because of it. Somehow rallied back to get on the lead lap, and that was all the final stage, might I add. In the final 40 to 50 laps of the race, we were still able to finish 2nd place, but very likely could have won that. Michael Turner, Tyler Burbeck, welcome to the stream as well. Ready for some Coda action, indeed. There's some practice today, I believe, for the truck and the Xfinity Series. Didn't get to see it when I was at work earlier. Supposed to be practice for the Cup Series tomorrow, qualifying and racing going on tomorrow as well for both the Xfinity and the Truck Series. So it should be a lot of fun there. Huge slate of action at Coda tomorrow. Truck races at 1 on Fox Sports 1, and then the Xfinity races on Fox Sports 1. I think as long as there's not too many cautions in the truck race, which there probably will be, knowing it's the Truck Series for 1, and for 2 it's a new track with the road course, a very challenging road course at that. So I don't see them having a pretty clean race, but I'm hoping they do, so I can see the end during my final break at work at 2:30. Get a 20-minute break from 2:30 to 2:50.
Still there?
Hoping I can catch the end of it with a start at 1. There is a chance. There's a chance I can catch it.
Still there?
I'll catch at least part of it. Jonathan Rogers, welcome to the stream as well. And then I'm probably going to miss that Xfinity race at work too. They're open during my last break and
All right, you're clear there.
end of the truck race. At least, you know, to watch something.
Careful. All right, you're clear.
I can watch part of qualifying for the truck series as well, because that's at 9 a.m. It's in my first break is. Supposed to rain at Go. We'll see if it actually does rain. I haven't looked at the weather myself yet. Even if you're calling for rain, doesn't mean it's necessarily going to rain until you get to the point of time. And if it rains, it's definitely going to be a wreck fest.
Inside. You got room. You're clear.
OG Mar, welcome to the stream also. Good to see you in the chat there. Brandon Brown's led every lap from the pole so far today through the first 9 completed laps at the line. That is about 14 seconds off the lead. He banged this car up quite a bit with that DNF, but again, that was all on Josh Bilicki, and as Michael stated in the chat too, we got to give Josh Bilicki no room in low racing today. He was flat out focused. But that was actually the 3rd time we had got clipped or just flat out shoved in the back bumper, the left rear area of the race car. Twice we got into the wall. That second time is what DNF'd us because we hit the wall and then we ricocheted off. We spun. First time it just got shoved into the wall by Joe Nemechek, and then even before that, Daniel Hendrick had pushed us at the racetrack. We barely kept it off the wall. So it wasn't like Bilicki was the first one, but he was the one that kept pushing us through the corner. Ended our day, unfortunately. It was the first DNF of the season for Schneider. Dropped it back in the point standings to 4th and the 2nd going in. Had a lot of stage points too. All for naught. 6th and 10th in both stages. Like I said, we had a fast car. We had 2 sets of tires left at the end of the race. They would have only had to hit one more time. Like I mentioned, there's just less than 80 laps to go. Could have had a right timing caution or 2. That would have played right into Schneider's wheelhouse, and he might have been one of the favorites to win. Yep, they would race in the rain if
Stay low, stay low.
it does rain tomorrow. I will be broadcasting the Cup race on the channel on Sunday. A realistic broadcast with the actual Cup race, been a couple weeks. And at the racetrack a couple times in recent weeks as well. I think the last race we did it for was Kansas. It was a pretty fun race. Kyle Busch ended up going victory lane as well. It's been a few weeks. I was at Dover last week, so obviously you can do it there. And the truck and the Xfinity races start too early tomorrow, so I think we will get off of work in time to do those streams. But I will be home on Sunday, bring you guys the action. Well, at least the commentary part of the action. You guys won't physically be able to see it, but due to copyright issues. The race will be on Fox Sports 1. Then you'll mute your TVs and listen to me broadcast the race.
Stay on the bottom. All right, you're clear. Still there?
Now you're trying the top side for the 1 and 2. Not all the way near the wall, but the outside of Austin Hill. More like the middle groove in the center of turns 1 and 2. Just gets to the inside to get around Landon Castle as well. Justin Haley's back at 27th right now. He has had race cars that have either competed for the win or he has been running well outside the top 20 races this season.
Careful, still there.
Brandon Brown didn't win a race last season to make the playoffs. Remember, he won on a short track at Iowa. It looks like he's got one of the fastest cars in the field today. Have to look out for Alex Ray, who started at the rear as well. He's been great on the mile-and-a-half this season himself. Again, Schneider's got 1 win on a mile-and-a-half in Atlanta of the 3. We've had 3 different winners on the first 3 mile-and-a-half races at Las Vegas, Atlanta, and Homestead. Those winners being Ross Chastain and Peter Schneider and Daniel Hendrick last night. little bit till the next mile and a half on the schedule, though. I believe Charlotte will be the next one.
Stay on the bottom. Clear high, clear high.
Sure, Schneider can't wait till Bristol. He won the playoff race there last season. And that was without a short track chassis. He'll have the short track chassis this time around. And on top of that, it'll be at a 95, 90, and 90. I'm sure he could compete for his third win of the season tomorrow if he can't get it done tonight. We'll have Talladega coming up this weekend as well for the Xfinity Series. This is huge. Ethan, welcome to the stream as well. Michael can't wait for that payback on Josh Bilicki. I'm not saying we're going to give him the payback tonight necessarily. This is a much faster racetrack. Bristol, on the other hand, tomorrow there's a good chance. But I'm just saying if we get up to him, we're not going to cut him any slack in this one. Race him hard. I'm not saying I'm going to necessarily make contact with him today, but I might make contact with him. Ethan, you are right. Brandon Brown is into the lap traffic. He has been for a little bit now. He's getting through it pretty well. Schneider's just got to make sure he stays in the lead lap. It's the problem with having the same chassis 3 races in a row. It won him at Atlanta. Despite a couple late race cautions that almost costed Schneider a chance to win in a dominant performance. Schneider's led nearly 200 laps this season. He is very, very close. Again, he led just 212 laps all of last year. Well, those DNFing, I don't think it actually registered the laps led that we had yesterday because we did lead about 5 or 6 laps. Which would have put us at 198 on the season, but I'm sure it's down to 192 again. We didn't get our stage points either. The DNF, which is dumb. I really hope in the next NASCAR game the points are accurate. I do not want to know the points myself next year. I'm not doing them for this season unless the game absolutely crashes and I have to do it, but as far as like the stage points if I DNF, I'm saying screw it. I'm done doing the points myself. I've done it for every season, whether it's been career mode or whether it's been championship mode. I am not doing it again. Takes too much time. It's easy to do, it just, I mean, after every race it takes me a good 10-15 minutes. I do double headers, it takes me a good half hour to get that stuff all organized and ready to go.
Still there. Clear high, bud.
But obviously the next game, if I have to do it again, I'll have to do it again, I guess. All I'm asking is just, like if I'm running with the stages on, especially if we run through the first 2 stages of the race, and then I crash out, like just calculate the stage points and the playoff points and they're awarded to the right driver. Like it just doesn't even, like, score it at all. All you gotta do is score it. Caution free in this one. We only had 3 cautions total last night at Homestead. We had 7 the race before that at Atlanta. That one ended in overtime. That's the scheduled distance.
Got a car high now. Clear all around.
No damage clock on the next game. It depends what the damage model is like. That's the only reason I have it on this game, and we started implementing it there towards the end on NASCAR Heat 4, is because of the way the damage model is, because you can repair all the damage. If you get into an accident and you don't DNF, and we can't repair all the damage, only repair some of it because it's not all repairable, then you know, we won't have it, but that's the only reason I have it, is because I just don't feel like it's fair that I hit the wall hard, we have more than 5 seconds of damage, let's say like 10 seconds of damage, and I can repair it with an extra 10 seconds. It's not the biggest deal. Legit, I mean, I know it's a video game, but I try to make this as realistic as possible. It's like, okay, that's ridiculous. Any other NASCAR game prior to that, unless you're on like an easy mode where you set the settings to that to where you can repair the damage no matter what. Trevor Grimes, welcome to the stream. Over 8, 3, and 4 there. He's trying to drive hard because Brandon Brown is coming. 70% chance of rain tomorrow. What time? Like all day, or is it like only during like 1 or 2 races?
Still there? You got room. You're clear.
I'm just hoping it's not like too much of a red flag. Here's Josh Balicki. 99 caution right before Schneider was able to pass Balicki. And Schneider was actually the second to last car in the lead lap at the time of the yellow. Jesse Little would get the free pass at 23rd. So lap 29, we'll get our first caution of the day. Oh, all day. Dang. Dang. Let me, hang on. I want to see this for myself. Not that I don't believe you, I just want to check the cup race too. So Schneider stayed out of the pits. He's going to conserve his tires. Wasn't really in a great spot to get any stage points anyway. So he'll restart from the lead, leading more laps this season. Why not? At least 3 more. Maybe you could lead some under green as well with the track position. We know that means a lot here at Texas. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're calling for rain like all over down there. 75% chance of rain. I'm going to look at the hour by hour. Yeah, so at the start of the race tomorrow, it's basically 62% chance of rain for the truck race at the drop of the green flag. Then it kind of fizzles out a little bit, maybe towards the end of the race. And then maybe the start of the Xfinity race, it might not be raining. Then it looks like they're going to get a little bit there too. And then it's going to fizzle out again. So it'll probably be like part rain, part not rain, like throughout the course of the race. It'll just be like off and on, at least during tomorrow's races. And then on Sunday during the Cup race, that starts at what, 2:30? About a 65% chance of rain. And then it looks like it fizzles out by about 6 o'clock. So it'll probably rain at the start of the Cup race on Sunday, and then after the first hour and a half to 2 hours in, it looks like it'll start letting up. So yeah, definitely that rain/weather in general is going to be crazy and interesting to watch for all 3 races this weekend. That's for sure. 13 laps to go, stage 1 on this restart. Schneider is out in front on old tires. Did not pit during the stage break and to conserve those tires just like he did last night. Well, it shouldn't be rained out as long as there's no lightning. If there's no lightning in the area, they're going to race in the rain. They have rain tires. We saw that in the Roval last year. They'll race in the torrential downpour. Daytona Road Course this season, they had to race in the rain for the Truck Series.
Got one down low now.
Oh, Schneider just clipped the 20 of Harrison Burton. Burton slides into the corner and takes the lead.
Car on the outside now.
4 wide, back in the pack.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Everybody splitting around the slower car of Schneider. He's on these older tires. Look at that track position Brandon Brown lost on pit road. And on the restart in general, Schneider did lead 1 green flag lap before losing the lead to Burton in turns 1 and 2. 11 to go in the stage. He's already back to 15. Tim Irvin, welcome to the stream.
Got one over here. Hold your line there.
Oh man, and Schneider turns Malicki. He got his payback into turn 3. Caution's gonna wave again. Oh my goodness. Right in the middle of traffic down the back straightaway, a couple laps into the restart. If you missed the stream last night, Malicki turned Schneider. Malicki just got around Schneider off turn 2, and Schneider just turned left on him. Hooked him into the outside wall. Heavy damage on Malicki, and I'm sure there was a couple other cars that hit hard in that too. Timmy Hill is going to get the free pass in 24th, our second caution of the race. Wasn't expecting to get payback on him, but I figured we were dropping like a rock. Why not turn him right there? Is that the boomer in Tim? The inner boomer in Tim Raven? Let me check. It ain't what it used to be. Green flag back in the air. I didn't think Malicki was going to get it tonight, but he got his payback one way or another right there.
Got one down low now.
And see if he had picked to repair the damage, he is still in the race. Oh, wow, Schneider got loose off turn 2. Contacted Joe Nemechek.
Looking inside now.
So they is pushing Schneider down the front stretch. This car's scattering around. Burton holds on to the lead barely right now against Schneider on older tires. 29 lap older tires. He's trying to hang on. That was like a perfect turn, too. I mean, we couldn't have clipped him any easier.
You're clear all around there. Car there on the outside.
Hopefully that rivalry is over.
You got this. Stay on the bottom. Got a car high now.
Still in 22nd, obviously in no position against stage points. Poor David Starr, he's got more damage than Malicki does. Both those two have damage. Starr is just an innocent bystander in all of it.
Got one down low now. Inside.
4 laps to go, stage 1. Burton trying to win his first stage of the season. He did win one last night, technically.
Got a car high now.
But he won't get scored that playoff point, nor the stage points will go with it. And we need an effing late in the race.
Careful, still there.
Chance for the stage points if you need an effing.
Here we go now, 3 wide. Got one down low now.
Why couldn't you do that in 500 in the original career mode? I don't know. I made it look so easy right there, and then we're not going to talk about that. This is a new career mode. I'm not going to talk about what happened in that one. That was a crapshoot. Really through. We had some help in the chat for getting back in the league. We had it coming. Two laps to go, stage 1. Still in 23rd. Only car in the lead lap he's ahead of right now is Timmy Hill.
Stay on the bottom.
Got a second and a half behind Malicki in 22nd. 3 wide under a couple lap cars of Austin Hill and Chad Fincham right there.
Hold your line. Got one outside.
Slid a little loose off turn 4. Hangs on to it.
You got one to go.
Final lap of the stage for Harrison Burton as he comes off turn 2 down the back straightaway now, just trying to hang on.
Careful, still there.
Get that, I guess, second stage win of the season. Back-to-back races. He's 15th in points coming in despite winning the championship with 6 race wins last year. And off turn 4, Brandon Brown, who had a terrible restart and a terrible pit stop, is going to get back on the final lap to win stage 1. Off turn 4, a last lap pass to win the stage for Brandon Brown. He stole it away from Harrison Burton. And instead, that's Brown's first stage win of the season. We're going to be seeing some split strategy here. David Starr will get the free pass at 25th. It looks like some drivers are pitting. Some are going to stay out. Schneider's going to take right sides only during this pit stop. Same strategy he tried last night at Homestead. Couldn't make it to the end of the race to see exactly if it was going to work, but it was looking like it was going to work. Oh, that sounds terrible.
The green flag in his hand. Almost ready. Got a car coming inside now.
All NASCAR is good NASCAR in my book. The purest form of racing is definitely before. I'm not going to say that what we have now is not entertaining at all. A lot of hungry cars on 4 fresh tires behind. And Schneider's only got 2 fresh tires. He's got older lefts than some of these guys that have pitted on the first caution back in stage 1 as well. 3 wide. Almost 3 wide. I guess Schneider's just going to be stuck on the outside.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Maybe Brown's one of the cars that stayed out.
Car there on the inside. Got a car high now. Inside. 3 wide, keep pushing.
Well, you got to figure too. They're mainly showing the better races from that era too. I mean, it's like that in every era. You're gonna have racing. You're gonna have your duds. You're gonna have your fantastic finishes from time to time. You're gonna have your, awesome races from start to finish. You're gonna have everything in every season.
Got a car low now. You got room. You're clear there.
I mean, the racing with the 750 package now, honestly, isn't that much different than what it was when we had the Gen 4 cars. Aerodynamically, like as far as like how hard it is maybe to pass in clean air, or pass a car with clean air and dirty air, yeah, aerodynamically that's different, but as far as like the drivability of the race cars, it's not that much different. The 550 package on the other hand, that might be a little different story. A lot higher down for us. R6, welcome to the stream. And yes, you did miss a couple cautions in stage 1. Not sure who brought out the first one, but whoever did, they're out of the race. Now we have our 3rd caution of the race. Somebody's up in smoke off turn 4, started checking some cars up, so that's the cause of the yellow. A couple lead lap cars are going to pit. Timmy Hill, Ross Chastain. Looks like it's going to be it. That's our, again, 3rd caution for incident today. We did get our payback on Josh Bilicki for last night as well. He had knocked us out of the race, turning us. We had turned him. Too bad it's not like the EA Sports games where like they have a chance to DNF after something like that, especially that hard.
Coming to the green, driver. Almost ready. Green flag. Got a car
back in here.
Now.
Didn't qualify or practice for this race today. 35th is where we started. Alex and they also started at 3. Bilicki is not DNF.
Careful.
Right there. He's still on the side. 3 wide. Back straight away. Nemechek got stuck in the middle. He's starting to try to pick the throttle back up. On this restart. Schneider's only got 2 fresh tires. A lot of these guys have 4. David Starr's fixed up his damage. Wow, Schneider got loose on turn 4, and then David Starr almost got into the back, and then Schneider had to check up.
Still there, inside. Clear all around there. Inside.
David Starr just got knocked Schneider out.
You got room. You're clear.
Congratulations.
Stay on the bottom here.
David Starr is pushing Schneider. A ton right there, too.
Got a car low now.
Oh, and that just shot him into Briscoe on the inside.
Got one inside.
Briscoe got completely sideways. Schneider might have got the worst end of it because he went straight to the top after that contact with Briscoe. Couldn't hold the car down on the bottom. Briscoe does lose a couple spots after he lost the bottom of the wheel himself. Problem though with taking right sides only and having these over one side tires, this car is naturally going to get loosened up a little bit more. Harrison Burton's just charged back to the lead. Got a fair amount of laps in stage 1, even though Brandon Brown won the stage on the last lap pass. It was in the final 10 laps, I want to say 10 or 11 laps to go in stage 1 when it happened. There was a couple laps after the restart that we had from the caution fire. Just countering in the stage break. We've had 4 cautions already in this race. Most we've had all season is 7.
Still there?
And Austin Hill was going to clear Snyder out the exit of the corner. Snyder's still taking out, goes to the outside. Time with Joe Martins. Quite hold it.
Still there.
Still trying to hunker down that 44 car on the inside. Schneider's plans are to take 4 fresh tires at the end of this stage.
Hold your line, stay high.
He's going to clear Martin's getting into the corner. Back down to the bottom in front of Austin Hill as well to get back inside the top 20. Hill going to clear Martin's off the exit of turn 4. Austin Cindric's back to 19th. Varying strategy with that early caution in stage 2 and the late cautions we had in stage 1. What's the stage break itself?
Got a car low now.
Moving inside, going to take it 3 wide underneath Schneider and Cindric.
Hold that line, driver.
Cindric. Austin Hill's actually a lap down on fresher tires.
All right,
So Schneider actually passes Cindric for 19th, and he did not lose a spot to Austin Hill. He's trying to get into the free pass position. Not sure if he's there currently. I think he's got a couple more cars to pass, or at least one more. Favorite race of the decade was 2017 full mileage. Jimmy Johnson and Austin Dillon. Especially if you being an Austin Dillon fan, I'm sure that ranks up there. Yeah, I mean, any one of the 2018 Roval was awesome. The way Blaney won, but man, I might have to go that if we have to pick from the 2010s. I'd say that 2019 Talladega win in the playoffs, that was so much more clutch. The Roval win was clutch because it was the last race of the round, but he was going to point his way in by a couple of points anyway, even if that accident didn't happen on the last lap between Truex and Johnson. Blaney needed to win either at Dega or Kansas in the round of 12, and he ended up winning at Dega by a nose. That was insane. Ran through the house of that. Oh my God, he did it! Because he was still like 22 points in the hole even after that race was over if he didn't win. That was clutch right there. That, from start to finish, was a great race. Fall 2019 day race. The only downside of it is it was on a Monday and we had to wait an extra day for it. Good job, Jesus. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty true. Cole Custer's struggling. But Christopher Bell already has a win, so he stepped it up. He's like 11 points, too. And Tyler Reddick's got the last spot on points for the playoffs right now currently as well. Both those guys have taken huge steps up.
Stay on the bottom here.
They both missed the playoffs last year. Then the only rookie that made the playoffs, rookie of the year last year, Cole Custer, he's the only guy way outside the cut line.
You're all clear up top.
Well, and Quinn Half, I guess, because he was a rookie last year. We're going to exclude him. Assuming this might be Quinn Half's last year in the Cup Series, the way things have been going the first 2 seasons. He's only in that rival sponsorship. I will say he has ran considerably better this year than last year.
Stay on the bottom.
Not that the finishes are much better, but just staying out of trouble in general.
All clear.
A lot more this year. Not causing any havoc, it seems like, this year versus last year. He's gotten in a couple accidents. He hasn't really collected anybody else, so that's good.
Inside. All right, you're clear.
Yeah, RCR does look fabulous this year. Austin Dillon's looking solid on points. What is he, like 58 points above the cutoff line, something like that, almost a full race? Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that will play out with Matty D. It's seeming like he's going to end up getting that ride, but we don't know for sure yet. Maybe they can strike another driver. Maybe Matty D doesn't bring the sponsorship in that Eric Almirola does. Almirola's in a contract here with Mr. Haas Racing. Smithfield wants to tag along. Awesome.
Careful. Still there. 20 laps to go.
Outside of Jeff Green. They're trying to pinch Green down. He raced him hard through the corner, but nowhere to go. Timmy Hill right in front of him.
Stay high, stay high.
Thoughts on if Chastain goes to SHR? How long's his contract? Is his up at the end of the season?
Hold your line, stay high.
Looking to make a pass on Timmy Hill. Schneider's going to get underneath Green and sends it in underneath Hill. Schneider, remember, he's only got 2 fresh right side tires, but he is holding his own in this stage. He's up to 14th now. Passes 2 cars in turns 3 and 4. He's less than a second behind Malicki, who crashed earlier, and they're going to battle it out for 13th before long. This is an impressive run for sure out of this 99. Remember, they're lacking in the departments after that DNF last night as well. And using the same chassis 3 races in a row now. 86 on the engine power. The max in the department is a 95, and the max on the aero and the suspension would be a 90. He's only had an 84. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Cindric does next year. I think Chastain's going to stay with Chip Ganassi because it seems like he's slowly getting better as the season has gone on. He didn't start off so hot, but I mean, it just seems like that team's had a lot more speed the last 3 weeks or so. I mean, even Dover, he was consistently in the top 15 the whole race. He's not running Truex basically the whole race. I think he finished like 4 spots ahead of him. Way too early to who I think is going to win the championship. If I had to put my money on it right now, I'd say Truex. He's number 1 on my power rankings still, so yeah, Truex. And then I'd probably take Hamlin second, and then Larson third. Byron would be my top 4 right now. The only reason I feel like Larson's had more speed this year. But the extra experience, the fact that Truex has been there, done it, he's won the championship before under this format too, with the stages, with the 16-man playoff, round-by-round knockouts. Truex knows how to get it done already. Kyle Larson does not. We've seen Larson choke away wins numerous times already, probably 3 times already this year. And I'm not counting Dover. I'm counting Atlanta, Daytona Road Course. He had a shot there, and then what other race was it? Kansas also. That's not even counting Dover, because that was more his pit crew. Diamond Jeff, welcome to the stream. 15 laps to go, stage 2. Friday night. Yeah, I mean, Bowman's got 2 wins, but they just haven't had the consistency Byron has. You gotta figure Bowman's 13th in points right now, and you get playoff points for finishing inside the top 10 at the end of the regular season. So yeah, Bowman's got 2 wins, but he doesn't have any stage wins, and he's not in the top 10, so those would be his only 10 playoff points, versus Byron's got 1 win. He's 2nd in points right now. Automatically, if we started the playoffs today, Byron would have 4 more points than Bowman, and Byron has got 11 straight top 10s. I mean, he's just far more consistent than Bowman in that team on speed, versus Bowman, they either have the speed or they don't. And it's kind of been that way with Chase Elliott too, but Elliott hasn't won yet. Bowman's won twice. That's the difference between those two. And Elliott scored more stage points, so that's why he's ahead of Bowman. About 5 spots in points. Oh, okay, here we go. Caution's out late in stage 2 with 11 laps to go. And we're going to have some split strategy again here. Free pass will go to Ryan Sieg. It looks like Timmy Hill, Keegan Schneider, and Ross Chastain are all going to stay out of the pits. Chastain will restart from the lead. I think Byron will fizzle out. That's very well possible. I expect him to run well again this week, though. He's good on road courses. I think he's finished in the top. Outside of the Daytona road course this year, I think he had like 3 or 4 top 10s in a row. And he still ran well, but those late race restarts cost him earlier this season. He had damage after one. Oh, so Chastain ended up coming to pit road there at the last second. Actually, I think Chastain might have been the cause of the caution. And he was. So Ross Chastain's out of the race. Schneider will restart from the lead. Timmy Hill again will stay out as well. 7 laps to go in stage 2. Schneider's still got the same left side tires he's had since the start of the race, and that was our 5th caution already today. The most we've had in a single race this season was 7 at Atlanta. Jason Burton quickly gets around Timmy Hill. He's going to go for the lead into turn 3. Schneider trying to block. I don't think he's going to be able to do it for 6 laps. Noah Gregson's going to hop up to 3rd. Brandon Brown, who won stage 1, is up to 4th. Schneider will lead the opening lap of the restart. Gregson to the high side on Harrison Burton, looking for the lead.
You got room. You're clear.
Schneider holds the bottom. Gregson to the lead on the outside, and here comes Brandon Brown up to 2nd. Burton shoots the 99 out of the way. 4 wide down the back straightaway. Schneider can hold on to any sort of stage points here, but he's dropped it like a rock. Again, those left sides are so old. Right sides are older than everybody else's too. He's already back to 12th. 5 laps to go in stage 2. He was able to lead 1 lap, and then the next lap he loses 11 spots.
Got a Carlo now.
But it's Brandon Brown back to the lead. Another stellar restart late in the stage. And he has a shot to win each of the first 2 stages tonight at Texas. Boy, Brown's got a fast race car. Might get a 2nd career win. He had 1 at Iowa last season. Schneider's just got to take care of his race car at this point. He's not in position to get stage points anymore. He'll take 4 fresh tires at the stage break. He's currently back to 19th. He's got Martins behind him for position. And then he'll have about 3 seconds back to Timmy Hill.
Easy on the tires, driver.
Like Bowman in the 48, it seems Ally's really happy. Yeah, I've seen some advertisements with Bowman and Ally too, so I think the partnership is going to be well, and I think that's going to definitely keep Bowman. Bowman's had his success. He's gotten 4 wins now in 3 seasons. Well, actually, all 4 of his wins have come in less than 3 seasons, considering his first career win was in the less than 2 calendar years.
Go easy on the tires. All right, now, I need 2 more good laps from you. Inside.
2 laps to go on the stage. Should hang on to 20th. Sacrificing stage points for tires. He's hoping it pans out for him in the end. He did that in stage 2 last night at Homestead, but he still finished 10th in the stage.
Easy on those tires, driver. Lap, hitch him up.
Brandon Brown's got a half a lap to go to try and sweep the stages tonight at Texas, at least the first 2. We'll go for the clean sweep a little bit later. Green, white, checker flag in the air again off turn 4. Brandon Brown will win stage 1 and stage 2 tonight at Texas. His first 2 stage wins of the season. Hey, Boogie hit a home run tonight. Awesome. Chastain is way better than Byron. Calm your horses there, Tim. Hold on. He may be. I'd wait on that for a second. Because Byron has proven himself worthy this year. And Bowman the last couple seasons too. We got to give Chastain more time. He's only been in a decent car for less than a season. That's fucking suck. Oops, I did not mean to do that, but looks like Schneider's going to be staying out of the pits again.
All right, man. You're coming to the green.
To start the final stage. Green flag is back in the air here in Texas, and that is not ideal. Left front's only at 13% after now our 6th caution of the race. 107 laps to go here at Texas. I meant to pit right there for 4 fresh tires, and I got sidetracked by the chat. That's my fault, not you guys. It's my fault for not paying attention. That's not good. Okay, well, now, there were only a couple drivers that actually pitted during the stage break in general, but obviously, again, that left front's getting pretty worn out on Schneider. He's going to have to pit for a couple laps. Back on the outside now. You're going to blow a tire soon. Just halfway home. Erickson trying to get the lead on Brown. 3 wide back in the pack. And he's got Timmy Hill and David Starr sandwiched him, I should say. We get a quick caution. It's going to save us a couple extra laps, I guess, on the tires. That's 6 total today. Only 2 of them have knocked drivers out of the race. Still not sure who the first one was, but Ross Chastain, we know, is the second driver at the end of today. Next caution, Schneider's definitely going to take 4 tires. He'll still have them. Still have 2.5 sets left after that. Otherwise, he's going to have to pit under green here in a couple laps. Probably a little more than a couple. He could probably go about 4 or 5 more laps, but still looking good.
Watch those tires.
Yeah, I get that Bowman and Byron have had more time in a competitive car, but Chastain hasn't had that time yet. That's why I'm just saying hold on. I just don't even think you can really argue one side or the other right now, simply because Chastain hasn't had time yet. We need to give him time. And Chip Ganassi Racing isn't an A-tier team either, it's a B-tier team. You know, but if he proves himself kind of like Larson did with Chip Ganassi for a long time, he runs, you know, with that kind of success, wins about a race or 2 a year. Chip Ganassi equipment, then yeah, you can make an argument. Not equal equipment, and again he hasn't had nearly as long. And if you want to look at like the truck and the Xfinity stats Chastain had, William Byron had far better truck and Xfinity stats. And less time too. But yeah, I just don't think you can make an argument one way or the other. Still here. Hey, thanks for sticking around, Jeff.
Gotta take care of the tires.
I'm still in the lead. Schneider's going to have to pit again within a few laps. Hoping for a quick caution. Start this final stage.
That's the halfway mark.
Halfway, cross flags are in the air. It's amazing Schneider's gone half the race on the same left side tires from the start. Now, I know we've had 6 cautions, therefore a decent amount of caution laps, counting the 2 stages, but still, this is impressive. He's taking care of his tires this well. Oh, we got a car up in the grass! Caution! Trouble, turn 1. Exactly what Schneider needed as the car goes spinning into the inside retaining wall. It's Anthony Alfredo. Schneider was going to have to pit within about 2 or 3 more laps. He can pit now. And boy, that gamble paid off big time. Our 7th caution of the race. They're racing in Bristol regular or dirt? Well, they raced on dirt already, so the next race there this season in the playoffs is going to be on the regular concrete order. And then they'll go back to the dirt for the spring race next year, from what it sounds like. Alfredo, remember, is in the playoffs, winning at Daytona, as long as we don't get more than 12 different winners. Justin Haley, by the way, will get the free pass. Top 16 going to stay out. Everybody else will be on 4 fresh good years.
All right, now, be smart out there. Going green. Almost ready now.
Boy, that pans out even better than if he would have pitted at the stage break, because he would have stayed out right there. If he would have pitted at the stage break, Schneider could pit, and he still has 2.5 sets left for the final 96 laps. Things are looking on the up and up here for Schneider. We've had a lot of cautions already. This keeps panning out. This is going to play right into his wheelhouse. Brandon Brown will lead the field back to the green, though. Martin's won the race off pit road as well. Some of these guys didn't even hit at the stage break either. It's going to be a race to see who can get through this lap traffic. Not lap traffic, lead lap traffic, I should say, quicker. 3 wide down the front stretch. Schneider underneath Tommy Joe Martin's Joe Graff Jr. into turns 1 and 2. Brandon Brown trying to hold on to the lead right now. Look at Schneider, shot out of a cannon there through 1 and 2. Just staying in front of David Starr, blocking him off. Just gets underneath the 8 of Hemrick.
Still there. Careful, still there. Hold your line, got 1 outside.
Gonna get underneath him again through 1 and 2.
Still there.
Anthony Alfredo back in the mix. They're spinning and hitting the inside wall. He's inside the top dozen on 4 fresh tires. And boy, they got that car fixed pretty quickly under the yellow. Hasn't even been inside the top 10 today as far, well, I guess he's led a couple laps because of pit strategy, but then the only laps he's led. Oh, 4 wide through 1 and 2. Alfredo, Green, Allgaier, and Schneider. And now here comes Cindric as well. How did they make it through 1 and 2 at Texas 4 wide?
Hold your line, got 1
This is
inside.
a few laps into the restart. Martin's got shot out of a cannon off turn 4 as well. Back around Martins.
You're clear there.
Back to the inside of Allgaier again.
You got room, you're clear there. Got a car low now. Outside. Top 3, using his kid.
Schneider stuck on the outside.
Looking inside
These
now.
guys are racing. This is very intense.
You got room, you're clear.
We've already had 7 cautions today. We're just past the halfway mark in an Xfinity race. only 300 miles, and we've only ran just over 150.
Still there. Still there inside.
Schneider crowded Austin Hill
Car there on the outside.
slid all the way up in front of Tommy Joe Martins and barely keeps it off Martins.
Stay low.
That was a great job by Martin, staying high and staying off the wall. And Schneider slid up the racetrack after that contact from Austin Hill. Here's the first driver lap down right now.
Got a car high now.
Schneider into the back of Riley Herbst.
Car there on the outside.
Slides up in front of him. Clements gets underneath.
Got a car high now. Clear high, clear high.
Craziness going on right now since the restart. With the split strategy. Brandon Brown still holding on tough on those older tires out in front though. The top three are still guys on older tires. Alfredo's in fourth. Clements 3 wide underneath David Starr. Josh Williams.
Still there. You got room to clear there.
These guys are still scrambling for 5th on back. 5th through 11th. Gregson leading the way for the moment.
Got one peeking outside. You got room. You're clear. Inside.
Pushed it a little too hard. He couldn't get down to the bottom. Martin was kind of on that left to the corner panel. Wanted to make sure he gave him room in the corner. Trying to keep this car clean so he can make it to the end here tonight. Because that DNF at Homestead was brutal. He wants to win the regular season championship. And no shot at stage points at all today either with the strategy, but he's hoping for a good finish. Maybe a shot at his 3rd win of the year. It'd be cool if we could break the record for the most wins in a single Xfinity season. Maybe get to 10, beating Briscoe's record from last year. That'd be pretty
Got
awesome.
one outside.
A long ways to go to do that. We got enough races.
Still there. Got one up
Back
top.
underneath Jeremy Clements. Oh man, clipped the grass.
Outside. All clear.
Clements got shot out of the cannon, gets by both Chase Briscoe and Michael Annette.
Car outside. Hold the line. Car on the outside now.
Briscoe started 3 wide. Surprised how much these guys are even going 3 wide at Texas. I've seen 4 wide a couple times today.
Hold your line. Got one inside.
Oh, we might see it again here too. Oh, Schneider just
Got one
shot.
outside now.
I should say Briscoe shot Schneider into the 44 of Martins. Well, Congo line right there. They all got stacked up off turn 2. They keep it going. That was a dangerous situation. Especially these higher speeds at Texas. Battle here in this final stage. Brandon Brown still out in front.
All clear up top.
Schneider again to the inside, trying to get inside the top 10 underneath Michael Annette currently. Try to side draft Annette.
Down the bottom.
On the front stretch. He doesn't want Annette to clear him going into turns 1 and 2. Josh Williams is lapped down out there, by the way. Realize that till just now. Schneider is back inside the top 10.
Say hi.
Wish Jeff Green a happy retirement.
Still there.
got some older game playthroughs. We'll be seeing Jeff Green a lot.
Stay high, stay high. You got room, you're clear there.
He's in the 43 car in our NASCAR 05 season. For Richard Petty Motorsports as a rookie. I like this Best Buy number 66. I always like that scheme. I always liked all the Best Buy schemes. Once Kenseth ran there in the early 2010s too. That was pretty cool looking.
Careful, still there.
Kenseth always had some awesome schemes.
All right, you're clear.
Obviously with the roll cars. Even when he first started running between him and Stenhouse,
Careful, still there.
Fifth Third Bank cars was pretty cool too.
Careful, still there.
On speed, this 99 car is up to 7th now. As far up in the running orders we've seen it so far today. Remember, again, he's got 2.5 sets of tires left. Still 78 laps to go. Everybody will have to pit one more time. We know that for a fact. Oh, Schneider crowds the 51 at Clements. Somehow got back underneath it. Clears him.
Stay on the bottom.
Schneider going to try a crossover, though, into turns 3 and 4. Sends it into the corner. Clements all the way on the outside. Barely lifted just enough to kind of set the race car. Clears Clements right back again.
Outside. All right, you're clear.
Woo, blocks him. Down the front stretch. What a battle. Schneider got his eyes set on Gregson now for 6th. These guys have pitted under that last caution. Go a decent ways longer than these guys pitted at the stage break. About 10 laps, and then maybe about another, I guess, 7 laps. 17 laps total that they can go ahead of guys that didn't pit at that caution nor the stage break. Alternate from the different camera angles for the first time today. 75 laps remain here tonight at Texas. Great race up to this point. Decent amount of caution, but we're finally starting to get into a decent green flag run here in stage 3. Maybe we'll see some green flag pit stops before the end of the night as well. Just keeps trying to chip away at Gregson. Really good run on here. Much wider arc into the corner. Gonna get underneath Gregson now through turns 1 and 2. Not gonna complete the pass. Tries to side draft, and now he has to fall in line behind him. So that was a failed attempt right there. He'll drive it so much deeper than Gregson into the corner. So again gets underneath him. Again tries to side draft, another failed attempt to get by Gregson. Only going to slow this 99 car down a little bit more, the more he can't get around. Noah will try that wider arc into turns 1 and 2 again. Lost a lot of ground though down the front stretch. He can kind of clean it back for him. Let's see what he's all over him. He just can't get around it. Both these two are catching up to Austin Cindric for position as well. It looks low. Again, underneath Gregson. Side drafts him and then just sends it into turns 3 and 4. Slide job's going to work there. All clear of the 9 of Gregson, and up to 6th. Race at Las Vegas on NASCAR 08. All right, there you go. Cup Series.
Still
Got
there.
held up big time by CJ McLaughlin right there. And trying to grip up well in turns 3 and 4. Gained quite a bit on Cindric now down the front stretch, and he's underneath him. Side by side into turns 1 and 2 for Fint. A little bit of contact. Cindric's going to get a little sideways into the corner.
You're clear all around there.
Snyder's going to pull past and clear him.
Got a car low now. Clear low.
Gregson gets to the back bumper of Cindric off turn 2 now as well. He's going to go full throttle for 3 and 4. He's trying to get away from Cindric now. Remember him being that good at road course racing, but I guess we'll see. If it rains, I mean, anything can really happen. Just like it being a new track in general. One little road course. New for everybody. It's like a practice series here. Even in COVID times. They'll be practicing qualifying at Charlotte next week as well, so we'll have back-to-back weeks getting to see practice and qualifying. Unless the Cook 600 is going to be one of those races as well that they would see it. Came back from the pandemic, that was the only other race they even qualified for last season. I think a lot of it is it being a crown jewel event, and most importantly, the longest race of the season. Brush the wall on corner entry into turn 1, trying that wide arc again. A little too wide. The Browns led every lap in the final stage. He's won the most today. He won the first 2 stages. Likely the favorite to try and go to victory lane. He'd be the 5th different winner in the first 7 races this year. He can go to victory lane. Chesney and Schneider, the only 2 repeat winners, with 2 wins apiece. Continues to cut down though. He's in 5th. He's only a second and a half behind Alfredo for 4th.
You got room. You're clear.
25 more laps on fuel. We're going to be seeing those first 7 drivers coming into pit road here in about 7 or 8 laps if this goes green long enough.
Careful, still there. You got room. You're clear there.
Seamless 99 car today. Part of it is we're finally getting one green flag run, plus the strategy of hitting during that last caution. Did not get at the stage for it. Timmy Hill in the bad spot.
On the bottom here.
And Jeff. Way to hang in there, Jeff. We can make it to the end of the race. We're getting pretty close. Nearing 60 laps to go. Maybe a half hour longer, we'll get to the end of this.
Still there. All right. Clear out.
Spawn right there on Anthony Alfredo. Massive, massive run through 1 and 2. Outside of Alfredo off turn 2. Anthony was kind of hugging that bottom lane. He was going to make Schneider pass him around the outside and does. Clear into turn 3. What a move by the 99. I didn't think he had the straightaway speed to do that. Snowman 22, welcome to the stream as well. He's only 2 seconds behind Brandon Jones. about 2.5 seconds behind Harrison Burton. We're about to catch lap traffic. Brandon Brown's in the middle of lap traffic currently, and Brown's still got about 7-second lead back to Schneider. So overall, Brown's got about a 4.5-second lead on Burton. I'm really banking on the next. If the next NASCAR game is going to be good, that's only going to help you guys be more entertained with the channel. Obviously, if you guys get the game, you're going to be more entertained with that game than this one. I'm going to be more entertained by that game than this one. We're going to have a lot better racing on the channel, too. So I'm hyped for it. I was hyped for Heat 5. It was a letdown, but we don't know that until we actually physically get to play the game ourselves. There's only so much you can actually watch. Enjoy it. The more we all enjoy it, the more fun we're going to have on the channel. In 2021 and beyond. Yeah, Byron's second in points. He's got 11 straight top 10s, Tim. He's actually got the most top 10s this year in general. I think the next closest is Hamlin with 10. Byron's got 11 and they've all been consecutive. Carney Boy, welcome to the stream. Oh, this is Brady. Welcome in, Brady. It's a unique new name, that's for sure. Laps to go. Still waiting to see if we get green flag pit stops coming up here.
Watch that car in front of you. You slow it down.
And here we go. Brandon Jones going to be coming into the pits this time. So is Brandon Brown, the race leader. Second place, Harrison Burton will stay out. He'll take over the race lead. Just cycle all the way through and trap some of these guys a lap down. That would be huge.
Careful, still there.
He's got to be on the outside around Josh Kalicki.
Clear over.
No, wait a minute. This is rigged. No rigging at all. I mean, Byron is straight up earned where he's at in the points this season. And Burton's now coming into the pits, so Schneider will take over the lead for the third time today. This time not on, well, it's a little bit on strategy because he pitted a little bit later. You can go about 16 more laps on fuel. This is looking good. This is going to trap a lot of these guys a lap down, especially if we get a caution. I wouldn't say Byron sucked last year. Byron had a good season last year. He only won one race, but he was consistent and finished top 12 in points. He had an all-right year. Better than Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy just missed the playoffs entirely. I mean, he was basically 8 to 12 all season last year, right around in points, but this year, he's just come out hot.
Stay on the bottom.
Just gotta watch these cars coming out of the pits right here. Let's squeeze down trying to get around Justin Haley. Off turn 2. 5-second lead back to Anthony Alfredo, who already went for a spin himself today. Looking good. Cindric's third, Clements fourth, Tommy Joe Martins rounds out the top 5 of 54 laps to go in Texas. Well, Keegan wants a redemption story after what happened with this game and the glitch back in Texas in the playoffs last season. Looking for a huge day. Still got 2.5 sets of tires left, and we have just over 50 laps to go. I don't think he's going to get a chance to use them at this rate.
Got one outside now.
All guy are fresh tires. Stretch.
Careful.
Whatever reason, Riley Hurts is ghosting. I'm not sure why. Maybe he had that pit road glitch too. Not impossible. I think that's Riley Hurts. I have not seen the new physics for 2021 yet, or the game plan. physics or
Still there.
graphics. I've seen like pictures for the graphics, but I haven't seen gameplay until we actually like see gameplay. Not gonna really know what the physics are. Thanks for stopping by, though. Leave a like on your way out if you didn't already.
You got room. You're clear.
The lead is growing. It's up to 7 seconds on operating.
Go easy on the tires.
15% of the right front is actually burned off the right front. He's using quite a bit today. Or at least in this run, he didn't really do that earlier in the race. Really saving his left side is quite good.
Still there inside.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Laps left.
See if we can manage our
Making a
tire
one
a little,
stop
okay?
at the end. That's another thing. Everybody that did pit a few laps, handful laps ago, more than that now. Can they make it a one more stop, or will they need to pit again also? Full throttle from 3 and 4. Far too many glitches there. Michael, far too many.
Outside now. We're going to beat those tires to last, driver. All right, you're clear there.
Schneider's going to have to make a green flag pit stop himself here. He's likely going to take right sides only. He knows those left sides can probably make it to the end of the race, considering his original left sides made it literally 101 laps. One green with 96 laps to go. Splitting a lot of traffic, trying to get around it as quickly as he can. Why not? Still giving 2 sets of tires left. Now we have more drivers coming on the pit road as we speak.
Got one peeking inside.
And we're going to get to the inside. 2 laps down currently. He'll get one of his laps back. It's likely going to be the strategy call. Schneider's going to take right sides only into the next stop. That'll give him 2 sets left the rest of the race if he gets some cautions. Give him some track position if everything has to cycle through if we don't get a caution on a couple laps before he pits.
Gotta take care of the tires.
Tim, I'll probably end up getting it someday, but just no guarantees on when. I mean, outside of you mentioning it, I've heard a lot of good things about it. It's a lot of fun to play. I know some people that have to do it too. Brown trying to get back on the lead lap. I think he's trying to get his actual lap back, if I'm not mistaken. Schneider just got the back of Daniel Hemrick off turn 2. It's going to give him a tiny bit of damage. Racing in here 3 wide.
Clear down low.
Schneider's going to go one more lap. Got back around Brandon Brown again, so Schneider will hit this time by with 44 laps to go. No practice or qualifying. He has not made a green flag stop yet today, so he's got to make sure he doesn't slide the tires too much.
Looking inside now. Keep it steady,
They split 3 wide down the back straightaway. He's going to have to let Brandon Brown go into turn 3.
Inside. All right, you're clear.
It does. And he's going to brake coming to pit road. Hopefully, I'm just praying that we don't get that glitch. Wow, Daniel Hemrick really got held up. Oh, thank goodness. We didn't have the glitch. I backed it way down. I was gonna do whatever I could to make sure we didn't have that glitch again. Schneider's going to top off on fuel, right side tires only. He'll repair damage, 2 seconds worth of it. And this could be the money stop, could be the final pit stop of the race today. Going to put a half around the wedge into the race car as well to help tighten it up for the long run with those left side tires. I keep forgetting to check to see if I have. I want to say I did a long time ago, but I'll check.
Okay, get back in there. Let's go.
Pull up in front of Josh Balicki.
All right, clear out that.
Well, guys, he could have done that too. He was going to do that to the guy who is his rival. He's not battling Balicki for position right now. Balicki's allowed to get an extra lap. Anthony Alfredo's coming into the pits as we speak, so Schneider will be back in the lead lap. A lot of these guys back in the lead lap. This is going to be a fuel mileage race. For anybody who has already pitted, not the guys pitting right now. Schneider's good, Alfredo's good, everybody currently pitting. Cindric is likely going to come to pit road pretty soon here too. All those guys are good on fuel. But what we're really looking at is guys like Brandon Brown, Harrison Burton, Brandon Jones. They're all pitted right at the edge of that fuel window.
All right, waving you
About
off in
57,
front.
58 laps to go. Brown has just cycled through as a race
Yeah,
leader.
you're clear there.
Our first green flag pit stops of the race. I could hear David Starsgar bottoming out as he was getting onto the apron. I thought somebody ended up with a wall back there. I had to look. I don't know how much time was gained though by Brandon Brown even. Schneider was only about 4.5, 5 seconds behind him. Brown hit pit road earlier, but
Careful, still there.
Brown having those full fresh tires for so much longer. Still got fresher left sides on Schneider as well. The tires are pretty even right now. Schneider's just over half a track off the lead. He is currently 6th. And that's closing pretty fast though. He's able to get Schneider pretty soon. About 8.5 seconds. It's 9 seconds back Alex in there. This goes green to the end. Again, it is a fuel mileage race. Pretty much everybody that is just in front of Schneider. I just don't know what those physics are like. I've never.
Car there on the inside. Still there?
I've never even really heard of that until now, honestly. Pass for 6th. That makes it on Schneider. We'll just have to wait and see. Again, we don't. I mean, the game hasn't even released. Haven't released any gameplay of it yet that I know of. Way too early to just completely gut it down. You gotta give it a shot. Even if you don't buy it, you gotta just look at it and just shoot it out immediately. See what other people's reviews are too. If you want to hold out, you can get my raw take on it. I mean, maybe the raw take on Heat 5. I told you I thought Heat 4 was a better game. Even though it's basically the same thing, it's a far better game. It just runs much more smoothly. Some guys can work with a good backfire. It is possible. Kind of does seem like he's burning the left side tires out a little bit more now than what he was earlier. He's got 2 sets of tires left the rest of this race. Obviously saved him some time on the racetrack as well. Probably still be at 7th.
Looking in
Gap to Alex today.
You got rid of your clear there.
banking for a caution before the end. Well, it's interesting because those guys are right on the edge on fuel. Schneider's basically racing Anthony Alfredo right now. I don't know exactly where he's at, but he's at least 9 seconds, if not more, behind Schneider. That's if Brown and all those guys ahead of Schneider don't make it up fuel. Now remember, Harrison Burton went a lap longer than Brown. Those guys pitted with 58 to go. Burton pitted with 57 to go. Right now, they're pacing about a lap or two shy on fuel to the end. If this goes green, can they save that much? It's possible over a full run. One car's up in smoke onto pit road. That would be Noah Gregson. That's another spot for Schneider. He's up to 6th. Problems for Gregson late. He was inside the top 5. Tough break for him. He's been running there all day. Remember, Brown started on the pole here today as well. Yeah, exactly. He blows with another open front. Yeah, Heat 4 is really better. It just runs more smoothly. That is basically a copy and paste game. There's no glitches. As far as what we've seen on P5. We've seen our fair share of P4 channel for a while now. We'll alternate through the different camera angles one final time over the next 8 laps. We're at Texas in a fuel mileage race. We saw fuel mileage race in real life in the Cup Series last year. We got one here. We know we're good to the end. Anthony Alfredo is closing fast. He has 4 fresh tires. Schneider only has 2. Schneider's got about a 7.5-second lead back to Alfredo right now. He's trying to take care of those left sides as much as he can. He's down to 21%. 30 to go. We've only had 2. We've had the Indianapolis road course is just a glitch fest on its own. The career mode has glitched out on me multiple times where it just doesn't save the races. Still, even after patches and everything else. DNF'd on very little hits. And then we'll have some massive impacts when we don't get the barrel roll a couple times without DNF. Those would definitely warrant a DNF. The points on both career mode, championship mode, they don't take the stage points of the DNF.
Load out. All right, you're clear.
We had a glitch where we hit pit road here at Texas last season, as I mentioned in the playoff race. Probably cost us a chance at the championship 4. We finished 2nd. We were leading with less than 50 to go, and the green flag stops. We had speed. We just didn't register us. We had to go an extra lap, and we ended up going a lap down because we were sputtering up fuel and to go that extra lap. We've had more than that. Just off the top of my head, 4 or 5 I think. I have every right to. Back up to a net on speed here. Fredo's now 5 seconds behind him. Anthony's good to the end on fuel. Schneider might need a caution regardless. I don't think that left front tire is going to make it to the finish. Thing is, though, is if the caution comes out, good enough. Schneider's going to pit while everybody else pit that's short on fuel. 25 laps to go now. Still taking 4 fresh tires. Those left sides went over 100 laps at the start of the race. I know we haven't had any cautions in a while. We had 7 in the first just over 100 laps. We went green with 96 to go in this race. We haven't had a caution since. To go. Fincham just crowded Schneider into turn 1, got into the side of it. We got room. Back in the center of the corner. Michael Nichols is back in on it there briefly. Oh yeah, it happened to me before too. Some of that, most of it was probably my internet. I'm not going to fault the game on that. A while back in the race. Might remember that my internet wasn't the greatest for a while. A couple long periods when we got new internet companies. Yeah, older NASCAR teams are pissed for a while. Tim, I can agree with you on that, that's for sure. About 5.5 seconds behind Briscoe in 4th. 22 laps to go, left front down to 11%.
Gotta take care
no
of
way to save it and have it make it to the end. I mean, even if we were saving the full run. Another thing added on to that is Anthony Alfredo's now 4.5 seconds back. So he just slowed the game down Schneider because he's got 4 fresh tires. Schneider's only got 2 fresh tires.
You're clear that.
My new controller, I haven't had a problem with the new controller. I'm surprised that took me. The one just flat out was working for the longest time when I first got it. And then it started sticking on me really bad. And the other, like the next one I got was just like turning the wheel. I mean, it was just turning the car way too easily. And it just get out of shape on its own a lot. Like even down the straightaway, I feel like it wanted to spin out.
We've got 20 more left.
So bad. So touchy. 3rd time's the charm, though, I guess. Patrick Chatterley, welcome to the stream. Oh, that's bummer. Tough to hear that.
Go easy on the tires.
Wilbur, no playoffs. Oh, team season's over. Gotcha. So they're still playing basically one more loss. Well, I guess good luck then. I guess my sister Selma took this loss tonight. Run this out as long as we can here. Look for another timely caution like we had at the beginning of the stage with Anthony Alfredo. 2 sets of tires left with 99 Schneider, just 18 laps to go. We had a couple of late race cautions in the playoff race at Texas last season. Again, playing them. We had 7 cautions, 1 that forced overtime. We've had 7 today. We only needed 1 more to have the most in a single race so far this season. And that was when we went green with 96 laps to go, but we are still green on that same green flag run. We've already gone through pit stops.
See if we can manage our tire wear a little, alright?
Schneider is desperate need of the yellow.
Clear eye, clear eye.
Down to 2% right there, just tagging the apron. 16 laps to go. I don't think that left front tire is going to make it anyway. I mean, it's probably going to blow as soon as we get onto the apron. I mean, we've had that happen so many times before. We're just blows coming off the banking. Schneider's going to try to take it one more lap. It's going to blow as soon as we come off the banking. We have 15 laps left. Wind it out. Caution! With 15 to go. Schneider was going to have to pit next time. Oh my goodness, it happened again. And this is going to trap a lot of guys a lap down. Austin Cindric will get the free pass in 8th. Anthony Alfredo is going to stay out. No fuel here for Schneider. 4 fresh tires. Going to take a full round of wedge out of the race car to help loosen it up. Unbelievable. What a gamble. Schneider's still got 2 sets of tires left. He's going to use one right here. A lot of guys on fresh tires, though. Brandon Brown wins the race off pit road, but it's Anthony Alfredo on old tires who will restart from the lead. Green flag back in the air at Texas. 11 laps to go.
Careful, still there.
Brandon Brown did not take off on the restart. Schneider trying to get down to the bottom underneath Brown, and does. Wants to get to the lead before everybody on fresh tires does. Brandon Brown is going to get out in front despite not taking off on the restart initially. Guns it into the corner. Briscoe is shoving Schneider all the way through 3 and 4. Brandon Brown back out in front with 10 to go.
Outside.
Problem is, everybody's on fresh tires. Schneider not so good with fresh tires. Side by side for second. Braden Jones, Michael Annette. Schneider back to 6th. Harrison Burton gets around him. 9 laps remain. Not a lot of cars on the lead lap. Schneider's got 1 set of tires left. Schneider just doesn't have the short run car to keep with those guys. Most of the lap cars trying to stay out to take the waiver out, but it didn't matter for them either. Alfredo staying out, they couldn't take the waiver out. Cap 24, welcome to the stream. Brandon Brown has won both stages. He's by far led the most laps, started on the pole. Has just absolutely obliterated the field with his dominant performance so far. Season game return to say the Lord. Thank you. Thank you very much. Seems like we always, any game, it seems like we've had like amazing saves every now and then. We just have a couple of them that are just mind-boggling. It's like, how the heck did you save that this time? Now it's just kind of hoping for another caution because he doesn't have anything for these guys. Whack him and stack him one more time. Maybe he'll time it perfect and maybe give himself a chance. 5 laps to go.
Car outside.
I believe is the first driver a lap down. 9th place, he is. he would be the free pass car if we get a caution. Cindric would be right back in this as well. I don't even have NR 2003. I don't know if this PC would even run it, honestly. Leaders are about to hit heavy lap traffic with all those drivers that stayed out of the pits. I assume they might catch it. It's going to be close. 3 laps to go. Great race here tonight at Texas. 2 laps left now for Brandon Brown to try and get his first win of the season. Like I said, 5 different winners in the first 7 races already this year. We had 15 last season.
Ready to go, driver.
Had to have a win to make it into the playoffs, but some drivers needed 2. Brown's going to get there. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go.
White flag is in the air.
Allgaier on these freshened tires. Oh! Allgaier's in the wall hard. Caution's out. The race is over. Allgaier just blew a right front going into 1 and 2. He was coming in hot there right behind Schneider, and Schneider was just going to let him go on the outside because he was a lap down anyway. He wasn't battling him, and Allgaier slams the outside wall. Caution will wave, and Brandon Brown is going to win at Texas. The last lap yellow will make it 9 total in the race today, putting us 2 more than any other race we've had this season. We had 7 at Vegas and Atlanta. Brandon Brown wins both stages and the race. Dominant performance tonight at Texas, goes to victory lane. Brandon Jones finishes 2nd. Harrison Burton 3rd. Jones won at Texas in the fall last season, for us at least. Michael Annett 4th, Chase Briscoe 5th. Schneider rounds out 6th. 7th was Anthony Alfredo. Austin Cindric 8th. Ray Black Jr. 9th, Noah Gregson rounds out the top 10. The top 8 finished on the lead lap. Allgaier still finishes 12th, blowing that right front. He did lose a couple spots. So, Noah Gregson coming back to get a top 10 after blowing a tire there in stage 3 as well. Pushed Brown to win at Vegas on Heat 4. Oh, there you go. That's a 2nd career win for Brandon Brown. And he got one at Iowa last season to make the playoffs. He's got one early this season at Texas. Brandon Brown, championship contender. We'll see. And the only DNFs were Jeffrey Earnhardt and Ross Chastain. Still 4th in points. Briscoe still leading. We're now 40 points behind. No stage points today, but a good 6th place run. We had that extra set of tires, we just didn't get an extra caution to do it. Only had 2 cautions in the final stage. Or sorry, 3 I guess if you count the last lap. Brown led 139 of the 200 laps today. Dominant there. But ladies and gentlemen, we've got Bristol tomorrow night on the channel. We won at Bristol in the fall last season in the playoffs, and that was without a short track chassis. Expect us to compete for a win tomorrow night on the channel and maybe get that 3rd win of the season in just the first 8 races too. And then after that, we go to Talladega this weekend. So it'll be a lot of fun here with this NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Hit that notification button so you guys don't miss another upload. Got to work, as usual, on Saturdays. The only Saturdays that don't work is when I'm going out of town for a trip, so I usually don't stream those days either. But we will be streaming tomorrow night, just whenever I can get home. Typically, it's between 8 and 8:30 as you guys come to see. Tonight, it was 8:15. But before we log out as usual, let's go Coder this week, indeed. Time I had a race, my friend Samuel, we had 17 overtimes. My goodness. You guys had to have been like intentionally wrecking the field a couple times. Maybe not every time, but a couple times. Briscoe's got about a 29-point lead over Cindric even. Cindric doesn't have a win this season either. See where Brandon Brown's at in points. Yeah, he's 14th. I was going to say he should be in the top 10 or top 20. He was last year. Good job for Brandon Brown. That win will qualify him for the playoffs, assuming he stays there. Yep, I was going to say, there's no way you could go that many overtimes. I don't think we've even had like more than one in this game, honestly. We might have had a couple where we went a couple overtimes, but... All right. So, Bristol, our chassis is pretty much ready to go. 95, 90, and 90. Again, we're saving up for this chassis right here. It'll be another Speedway chassis, which will help us a lot, especially middle of the season, where we have a lot of Speedway races and intermediate tracks in a row. We just had 3 right there, and that's what kind of hurt us on speed at Texas and Homestead. Homestead looked like we were probably going to get a top 10 still. We still finished 6th at Texas. We just didn't have race-winning speed. We had nothing for Brandon Brown tonight. We led again 139 laps of the 200. Won both stages. He had a dominant car. We were going to have nothing for him probably regardless, but still be nice to get that chassis. We'll have back-to-back at Dover and Charlotte, but then after that, then we have a road course, our first of the year at Mid-Ohio. But, yeah, Michigan, I guess on a short track in Iowa. Okay, so here's the stretch. Chicagoland, Pocono, Indianapolis, Kentucky, New Hampshire. So we have 5 races in a row of the Speedway chassis, and last year that was our worst stretch of races. We only had that one top 10 at Indy in that stretch. That was on strategy. We finished, I think, 6th that day. So I don't want to have to, do that again because it obviously didn't work outside of one race last year. We definitely got to get that Speedway chassis. Plus, we'll have back-to-back Speedway races in the playoffs again in the round of 8, Kansas, Texas. We had a shot to win Texas regardless last year, but we want to have a better shot this year, obviously, so we can make the championship 4 because we did not run well at Martinsville last season, so I don't want to have to have it come down to that again. I will definitely check that out, Tim, here before I go to bed. All right, so yeah, short track chassis will be ready to go. Super Speedway chassis will be ready to go at Talladega. Get that Speedway chassis ready for Dover. Honestly, we should have the second car before Charlotte. I'd probably give it 2 more races. I say after Talladega, we'll probably have it. It'll probably only be a 90 overall at the most, though, by then. But it'll probably be better than what we'd have there. But once we get to those stretch of 5 races, we'll definitely have it ready to go. And then we'll have 2 more employees also that we can hire on in. So that'll be beneficial for us, too. That wasn't supposed to be a tongue twister. I guess it ended up turning out to be one. All right, on to Bristol tomorrow night. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Have a good rest of your night, everybody. And I'll catch you tomorrow.